All right. What am I doing with this channel? Um, I don't quite know. Today I'm gonna draw something for my most hardcore loyal viewers. Think back to the very first video. Just think back like a flashback. Yeah, that one. I drew a picture and I had to use an app to speed it up. Now these days I can just do that in post, but I have not drawn anything on camera since I think it was uploaded in 2019, a while ago. You get the idea. Let's draw Superman. I haven't. That sounds really basic. I know he's the most, he's the cookie cutter uh, superhero. But I guess it doesn't make him bad. Never mind. I'll just draw now. Most of my drawings lately have been over at my buddy's house. We have this game we've been playing lately called Twilight 2000. It's a TTRPG, tabletop role-playing game. I want to compare it to Dungeons and Dragons, but most people who've played Dungeons and Dragons and who have played Twilight 2000 will tell me there is a substantial difference. Dungeons and Dragons is more like fantasy RPG. Twilight 2000 is supposed to be a post-apocalyptic military survival game. I think that's how he explained it. Also, for those of you noticing, I should make the basic shapes first. I have a tendency to just skip and go straight to the detailed details, but that's not really a great habit. And in this game, I've been drawing the characters. I wasn't asked to specifically, but there are 7 of us, 7 members, and the names we each have for our characters. Mine is Erskine Chestsplitter, supposed to be a big Scottish man. Then there's Craig, the field medic, Daryl, the combat engineer. This is a really burly Superman now that I look at it. I think I'll just make it into Bizarro. Molly, the sniper, and Jimbo, our scout, the recon specialist. And let me tell you, when I say Twilight 2000 is a complex game, it's a bit of an understatement. It's almost annoying how complicated Twilight 2000 is. It's still fun, don't get me wrong. I still have fun playing it. But we haven't finished the campaign we're on. We're still on it. I think in-game we've only been around for about 2 weeks. And something tells me, don't want to shake the whole setup here. It took me way too long to set this up for me to just knock it down. I've got a feeling we'll be continuing this campaign for quite a while. Like I was saying, then you got Spike. I don't really know what his specialty would be. I think he knows how to operate the tank weaponry we've got. And Aldona, the what does she do? I don't know. I don't remember. Sometimes I'm not really paying that much attention during the sessions. Yeah, I mostly draw our characters during that time, mainly because one of my other buddies, he was going to 3D print them. Let me specify. He was going to model them in modeling software, then 3D print them, so we can use them like game pieces during the game. And it's taken me several weeks to get around to finish drawing all of them, mainly because I only draw them when I'm there. But I think they turned out pretty good. I think I'll just go ahead and show my character, future me. Put Erskine on screen. Yeah, that guy. Pause right there. Yes, right there. All right. Now listen up. Quick story here. I know what this looks like. I know how this drawing looks. So we'll get to that one. We'll get to that one on the bottom in just a moment. Let's talk about the one on the top. That was supposed to be my interpretation of an interrogation we were doing, in which my character wasn't even a part of. Despite me having the highest skill in interrogation, I did not really ask any questions. because the enemy spoke Russian. So technically that one on the top is a bit inaccurate. Funnily enough, the one on the bottom is more accurate to what actually happened during the campaign than the one on the top. Yes, Erskine Chestsplitter fought a bear, and yes, he won. They didn't believe me. They would not believe me. They didn't think I could do it. They turned to me, they said, "No, you can't fight a bear, you're not gonna win." To which I said, "No. I'm gonna die with these bear claw marks on my chest instead of my back like you guys." And as the dice would have it, I overpowered the bear 15-7. So that was definitely a win for me and worthy of a drawing. Thought I'd just give a little insight on this bizarre scene. Past me, you may now continue. He went through a lot of changes in the design process, I'll say that much. I do indeed like to draw. Well, what a surprise. It's a consistent hobby of mine for about, let's see, 11 years? I don't know. I started when I was in second grade. By the way, I'm doing this freehand, as someone put it. So if some aspects of him are disproportionate or something along those lines, then I guess it's fine. I mean, it is supposed to be a comic book character after all, so I wouldn't expect him to follow the human anatomy to a T. Hell, he's not even a human. I'm pretty sure Bizarro is a clone? I don't remember. I think so. The story changes with Bizarro. Sometimes he's a clone, sometimes he's an alien from Bizarro World, or Bizarro World is created after he shows up. When my knowledge of comics is not as vast as I had once thought it was. Alright, make room for his emblem there. Oh, whoops, went off camera a little bit. We don't see Bizarro all that much in media, do we? I mean, I think he was in the Superman and Lois show, the TV show. But other than that, I think he's been in a few animated things. He was in the Justice League Unlimited show, I think, as a secondary antagonist, sometimes a deuteragonist. He's in Injustice 2, but it's not really him. I guess, well, what's it called, a premiere skin? He's in some Lego games, which counts for something. Let me go ahead and start working on his cape being here. Yeah, as you can expect, most of the time the things I draw are superhero related. You know, a lot of comic book characters, some profiles. I do a lot of I did a lot of portrait drawings in high school. Most of the times because I was trying to impress a girl, but I got good at recognizing facial features and how they should be properly sized, you know, with the whole comparing facial features to the size of their eye. Like, I think it's like the nose is the same width as an eye and length. The mouth was the same width. The face across was 5 eyes horizontally. And that's just about what I remember. These days I don't really do portraits as much. I mostly do this. I know this is portrait oriented. Heroes or villains kind of standing there. I don't do a lot of action. His legs are too short. So his arm, I need something to measure this with. Hold on. Okay, it'll have to do. So his arm is about from shoulder to elbow, about 5 of those little stitches across. So his thigh should be longer than that, right? Yeah, this one is, but that one needs to be a bit longer, I think. His calves. The forearm here reaches from elbow to the end of his knuckle. 4.5 of those little stitches. By the way, this is probably a very unreliable method of measuring how long his limbs are. Hold on. What about there? Okay. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, drawing these fellas. Not only do I mostly draw superheroes, I mostly draw big ones, like, you know, the big guys. My channel name is TheOrsimer. They're not known for being nimble. As you would assume, my favorite, well, one of my favorite Marvel characters would be the Hulk, as well as the Thing is pretty cool, Juggernaut, Rhino, Thanos, I suppose. I feel like everybody knows who Thanos is now, but before, unless you read comic books, it wasn't quite as likely that you would recognize Thanos. Fortunately, the movies a couple of years ago made him a much more mainstreamed, well-known character, which is pretty neat. I guess you could say the same about Darkseid. My mic keeps scraping against this thing. You hear that? That. My mic keeps scraping against that. I'm sorry if that's happened a bunch of times already. I didn't notice. Should probably move my head a little further away from it, but I guess you could say the same for Darkseid. I don't know how many people watched the Snyder Cut Justice League movie. Pain. Just pain. Just pain. God, I'm... Alright, so to fill you in on what happened, as I was recording, I actually ran out of capture storage on my phone. I think it should be fine. I don't know. I guess we'll just see if you see another sudden, a big cut. Like, he did not have his hair before, I don't think, and his cape was not here before. Just bear with me. Bear with me, guys, please. Like most little child peoples, I went through phases. You know how it is. Sometimes a teenager might go through phases where they become, I don't know, goth or something. For me, they weren't so much like that. They were more like phases on which superhero was just my favorite for a while. Some of you might know what I'm talking about. And it was usually affected by video games or television. There was a Hulk phase, which I guess technically still exists because the Hulk is still my favorite. For me, there was a Fantastic Four phase. There was Colossus phase, Juggernaut, Galactus, Darkseid. Now keep in mind, I still like all these characters, but it was much more, it was more obvious, I guess. And the most signifying factor of me being through one of these phases is I would draw this character a lot. Venom for sure, definitely Venom in middle school. There was a lot of Venom drawings, and I actually got really good at it too. There are just some characters that are easier to draw for me than others. It's usually because sometimes the amount of detail required is different. Like, what's a superhero that's not very detailed? Technically the Hulk, I guess. When you get down to the basics of it, it's a big muscly guy with purple torn shorts. I guess there were pants before, but you know what I mean. However, in that same sense, there is still a lot of detail. After all, he's a big muscly guy. Whereas characters such as Iron Man, you don't have to worry so much about drawing the muscles in the same sense that you have to worry about all the mechanical parts in his armor. I have an easier time drawing the Hulk than I do drawing Iron Man. That's what I'm saying. You guys know what I mean? Anybody else who draws will probably know what I'm talking about. Same with drawing a bunch of characters in one scene. That's usually kind of hard. And it's for the same reason why a lot of artists and beginner artists find it difficult to draw hands. It's because it's like drawing a hand is like drawing a person. If you notice Bizarro here, he's got head, arms, legs, 5 big things, and then the torso's in the middle. With a hand, fingers, thumb, palm in the middle, 5 big things, and something in the middle. And especially drawing something like this can be difficult. But drawing hands in different positions, like, I don't know, like that would be hard for beginner artists, or like that. Perspective definitely has a big impact on it too. And I didn't get hands down until I think it was 7th grade. My art teacher taught us about a technique called blind contour. Blind contour is a method where you will look at your subject, and only your subject, but continued drawing on a sheet of paper or a whiteboard, whatever it really was. But the bottom line was, you would not be able to see what you were drawing until you were done with it. So we would do that with our hands, and as you can imagine, they turned out pretty ugly at first. Although, doing this blind contour method isn't supposed to make you feel like you're not good at drawing by any means. It's supposed to help you focus on details in the subject. Because if you're looking at the subject, you notice a lot of details. Like, you notice there are a lot of wrinkles in the human hand. Even when it's open palmed, there are still the visible wrinkles here. Whereas if you're glancing back and forth, you might miss them. Especially with human faces. There are the obvious details, such as eyes, nose, mouth, ears, hairline, and then some things that people overlook from time to time, like the nasolabial fold, which is it's like the fold next to the corners of your nose, leading to your mouth. The wrinkles that usually show up when people smile nearby their eyes. Wrinkles in the face play such a big part in drawing emotions. But yeah, that's my thank you. That's my little tangent. What was I originally talking about? How do I draw the backwards Kryptonian symbol? I want to say the backwards S, but you know, it's like, no, it's not an S. That's not an S. That's the symbol for hope or peace or whatever it was. Whatever the explanation Superman gave us. Okay, I guess I'll just start with the backwards S. There's a little border around the S. It's got a bump at the end too, if I remember correctly. Right? Yeah. Okay. Hold on, guys. I'll get right back to you here. I don't know if this is correct. I mean, because you can kind of see it, right? It'll be fine. Let's work on the face. Let's see. I guess I might as well lay down. I erased the foundation before I even built the face, but I'll redraw it. This will be the eye line. The nose line should be about here. And then the mouth line would be here. And then, sure, the one in the middle for symmetry. Yet at the same time, I guess really there is no symmetry in a face. Because if human faces were perfectly symmetrical, it'd be a little uncanny. No matter what you look like, it's likely that your face will be asymmetrical, even if just by a little bit. It might be hard to notice, especially since you know what you look like, and you go under the assumption that your face is symmetrical. But if it did it again, guys, it did it again. It did the thing. I ran out of storage again, partway through the recording. This is it's rather irritating now. I'm getting close to being done with the picture. I just need to shade it, add shadows and whatnot. Oh gosh. What was I talking about again? Your face is asymmetrical. There you go. Go home. Let's add some shadows to this man. I've always liked the stony textures that some characters have in comic books. Darkseid has it, the Thing has it too, from the Fantastic Four. Except I guess with the Thing, he's technically not made out of rock. As described by sources, it's a flexible rock-like hide. It's supposed to be similar to rock, but not outright stone in his skin. It's not like his organs are made out of pebbles and granite. That'd be silly. And we can't have silliness in a comic book. How dare you insinuate such slander? The light source would be directly above him, maybe? I mean, that's usually the easiest shadow type to work with, when the light is directly being cast over him. So you just have to worry about shadows being down. Now, it's different when there are two light sources, because when that happens, then he's got two shadows. And you have to account for both of them. And in that case, most of the time, the shadows will overlap each other, but one of them will be darker. And that's a real pain. Although I suppose it's not so much of a problem if you're drawing from reference. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not belittling the efforts of drawing from reference. I do that too. This time... Hi. No, the video isn't over yet. It's not over. It just cut to black. It just cut to black. And there's a reason behind that, and you can probably guess why. I ran out of storage again. And I would keep running out of storage, and I would delete the files, run out again, delete, run out. It was an endless cycle. So I'm just going to show you the finished product here. There it is. Look at him. Look at that winning smile. This video is more frustrating than I thought it would be. I went into this thinking, oh, I think I'll just do something relaxing. I'll just draw a picture, maybe talk. Instead, I just ended up running back and forth between trying to find a way to manage my storage and transferring files to the PC. So, I'm going to end it here for the sake of my own sanity. If you decided to watch this long, then thank you. I do appreciate that. This is a bit unorthodox for my channel. I usually just do gaming. But it was nice to revisit drawing. Even though it was frustrating, the video process, I do like drawing. And it's not like I haven't drawn since the first video till now. I draw in my pastime here. I throw up some pictures. Whoa, look at that one. Well, that one's cool. That one's pretty neat too. I like to draw. I don't only draw on camera. But it's nice to show it to somebody. Drawing is nice and all, but the best part of drawing is being able to show somebody else that you've made something, that they can enjoy it. But I'm getting off track. Thank you for watching. I genuinely appreciate it. And I guess I'll just see you next time. Maybe I might do another video like this if I get a camera, maybe an external camera, or more storage. Just more storage for my phone would be nice. Bye-bye.